Good morning. I think we're at good morning. So, hello. So let's just have a little look, see what's going on, shall we? There's some space, some stuff ready. See if anybody's here. If anybody is here, say hi. Be nice to see you. Right. Okay. So I did go back into just using my studio today, just because it was just easier for today rather than going through Zoom and everything, which was good. But I just think I'll play about that another time. It's been a busy week, been a busy one. You know how it is. So let's just see, is anybody here? If you're here, say hi. Be nice to see you. I'm just clearing a bit of space on my desk, and I actually have got space on my desk. I just need to just sort of sort some stuff out again. I was thinking today of creating some dragon eyes because I have got a dragon eye workshop coming up in June, and we're in June. Oh my goodness, happy June. Morning, how are you? Okay, again, just remember I cannot see everybody who is commenting, which is super frustrating. Well, I can see you, but I can't. Oopsie. I can see you, but I can't see who's talking because it's doing that weird thing. I know, right? Well, first of all, okay, yeah, no, absolutely right. Let's just do that quickly. I will just, oopsie. Let me just put that over there. Close that. Hi, Jan. Right, okay, I'm going to go over to my, I am going to just very quickly, just for those of you, I know some of you have been able to do it. I know some of you are not able to do it. But I am just going to very quickly go and just show you that if you did want to have a go at letting people see your name. Hi, Mandy. I will just do it again, just for those, if there's anybody new or anyone watching a replay. I'll just share my screen very quickly, just to show you. If you did want to go, I will put this link in the chat on my Facebook page, and you'll see if you go onto this, you should just be able to go on to allow restream to show my name, click on it, and you may need to log in or register, I'm not sure, but honestly it's free, there's no cost, there's no hidden agenda, and it's super helpful. It just helps me see who's doing what. So there you go. Just if you can, amazing. If you can't, then don't worry. Just letting you know that I don't always know who's talking. I'm just going to go back over, and I'm just going to put I've got like 10 tabs open. Let's get that one over here. Shrink that one down, and then I can just go to my Facebook, and that just helps me to see who's talking and joining me anyway. So let's see. So how's things for you? For me, it's half term. Always a joy. So that's why I'm a little bit disorganized today. Right, I am just having a quick look so I can see. Perfect. So if you could have me do hum, but I'm rubbish at this sort of thing. It's fine. I mean, I don't know how to do it for other people. It's just I just don't know who's always necessarily who's talking, that's all. I'm sorry, I've got some Teflon on my desk, and it's just like running. Okay, but I can go back, I can go into my chats, and I can see who's in here. I can see who's talking, so I can see some things. It's all good. Right, so what have we been up to this week? What are we doing this upcoming week? What's going on? So yeah, I have got actual space on my desk ish. I mean, I'm starting to refill it back up with mess, but we were doing resin yesterday, which was great fun. And so I had to have a sort of clearish desk for that. And so today I thought I would go ahead and do some dragon eyes, because I'm running a dragon eye workshop. So some of you have asked for a dragon eye workshop, and I've just thought, well, let's do it. So I have set a date for the dragon eyes workshop. It is on Friday the 16th of June, which is 2 weeks time, which would be great if you can join me. It's going to be fun. We will be learning, and I'll go and get, this isn't exactly what you'll be learning. I am here. But what we'll be doing what we'll be covering is basically how to set your own dragon eye. Excuse my bag of rubbish there. I do have a bin to the side of me, but I use it as a shelf, which is really completely pointless. What's the point of having it? But if I use it as a shelf, anywho. I made a chainmail shaggy loop necklace and bracelet with an infinity bow yesterday. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, that must be you, Abby. Oh, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing your mates. We'll share those when they come out of when they're cured. Made a chainmail. So yeah, Jan, I'd love to see that. If you wanted to share it into one of the groups, as I said, we've got Crafty 11s, we've got Let's Learn with Laura Binding. If you wanted to share it, that would be lovely to see exactly what you've been up to. What we're going to do, I've got a few things to sort of talk about before we set on with creating. Yes, so we're going to be doing a brand new fairy door and mushroom. Yes, they are in the bead scoop behind me. Bead scoop jar. Brand new Milliput workshop on Friday the 30th of I'm going to switch my camera over. Friday the 30th. Oh, amazing, Abby. I also got a skull mold arrived today, which was super cool, and I can't wait to play about with that. But I can't play with that until I've done other stuff. I've got stuff I have to do. You know, when you've got a list of things that have to happen, and they need to happen quite quickly. So, yeah, I'm going to just get those things done first, and then I can sit and have a play. So that'll be quite cool. So what I'm going to do is switch my camera over. And what is the name thing on your website? What do you mean the name thing, Mandy? Do you mean what is the so so it's actually on Restream. Bear with me a second. I don't want it mirrored. Okay, so it's actually on Restream. I will find that link for you. Where did it go? Be up here. It should be on here. Chat Restream. Right. So I'll pop. How are you watching, Mandy? What channel are you watching on? Not what it is. Where is it? What channel are you watching on? I'll put the link into the chat because obviously there's a few. Obviously we've got. I'll put it into Unit U, and then I'll find her own live. Let's look for Crafty. It should be live in Crafty. Crafty. Oopsie. There I am. Are you on Crafty? Crafty 11 says, I really want to do the door, but it's just his birthday. And we're off to see. Oh. Yeah, it was a mold from Amazon, Abby. Yeah, definitely. I was just trying to find a day that it would work in, to be honest. So I'm hoping that would be a good day. I am considering changing it to a Saturday. I've got to speak to someone else who I know is interested in doing it, and they might not be able to do it on that day. So at the moment, it's down for the 30th. I've just put it into Crafty 11s. On the actual page, though, Mandy, not the group. So it should have come up there, yeah. So you should be able to see it. Yeah. Morning, Mandy. How are you? Right. Okay. So let's get this here. I have my coffee. It's just a boring black coffee today, but I'll take anything. I will, Abby. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So just doing some switching. So yes, we're just talking about the mushroom, like the magic toadstool and fairy door workshop for the Milliput workshop. At the moment, I've got it down for the 16th. I'm doing Crafty Inkers tonight, and we're going to be doing how to do a sort of working on black ink and working on black background. So for example, I don't know if I can show you, there's a picture behind me. If I'll come back up, switch it back around to this way, Can you see, just if I tip my screen up maybe, can you see this way, there, that picture there? So that's a black canvas. That's alcohol inks on a black canvas. So we're going to be doing this afternoon, tonight from 7 o'clock, sorry. We're going to be doing, you sent a pic in the comments. Oh, I'll have a look, Jan, in a moment. I shall have a little look. Yeah, so we have we're doing that tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to speak to one of the girls who I know was interested and see if we can. I might put it on the Saturday. It's going to be either 1st of July or the 30th of June. I was just trying to find a day that would work for everybody, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be doing Milliput, how to do your own little fairy door, and how to do your own little captured mushroom like quartz if you want. You don't have to put a gemstone in it. I just think it really works. I really love how this one came out, you know, so that's what we're going to be doing. And then obviously, as I said, we've also got on Friday the 16th of June, we're going to be doing dragon eyes. So I've got a little example. I've got a few little examples here. So we can show some, we're going to start to do a nice simple caged kind of dragon eye. You can't go wrong with a caged dragon eye. Now this is just, these are pre-made. I didn't make these cabochons. These were from a while ago when I did some for Jewelry Maker. And whilst I do love them, I just love to be able to make my own, to be able to have my own you know, your own stamp on it. So we're going to do a simple one like this, and then we're going to approach how we would do a nice, more complex one. They're just a bit jangled with each other. They're just friends with each other. Oh, heads up, warning if you don't like eyes. I should maybe say. Well, we've got one. They're all a bit connected, but one like this. So what is good? The aim of the day is to actually sort of show you how you can form your own eye and how you can use your weaves to embellish and kind of get that additional detail. You probably won't get a finished dragon eye out of the workshop just purely because of time, you know, because it does take time. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Could I do July the 15th? I don't know, Abby. I'm assuming that's you, Abby. I'll have to have a little look at what's going on in my diary. I've had to swap while I was watching you as you kept dropping out. Oh, was that me or you, Mandy? I'm doing okay, thanks. Yeah, I saw that. Are you okay? I'm slowly recovering. I have to go back in for surgery at some point fairly soon. No dates as yet, though. Well, wishing you a nice, speedy recovery, Mandy. I did see that you said about having to go into hospital for a couple of days. That's never great, is it? But you know, I hope things sort themselves out for you soon, and that you have a nice, speedy recovery. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. This, as I said, is going to be on June the 15th. And there's one more in my little box of magic here, but I just don't know if I got my hand directly onto it. But we shall have a little mooch and see if I can. I've got a little box here of stuff that I've got to sort of give homes to. Here it is. I've got my hand on it. Don't be connected. Oh no, I connected it. I made you a necklace, didn't I? You know when you do stuff and you forget. Here we are. Come here and let go. There we go. Perfect. And then like one where you can actually sort of add your seed beads. Now I did paint this dragon eye. This one has been done. So if you see here, and this is just using, I'm playing fine now. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, this is a dragon eye that I've actually painted. You can see I've used sort of like nail polishes and alcohol inks to try and get that detail. And yeah, I've even used like some colored wires and some seed beads. Yeah, I just absolutely love creating these. So this workshop is going to be on the Friday the 16th. It's £30. It's a 4-hour workshop, and you get a copy of the recording as well. There isn't a picture, there isn't going to be a picture guide because it's one of those techniques that I can't really kind of, everybody will do something a bit different, and it's one of those designs that I actually want to encourage people to do things a little bit differently on, you know. I want you to sort of go your own way. I don't want it to be like, oh well, Laura did this, so yeah. And the other one that we've got here, which has got itself tangled up, but one of my faves is like your kind of wraparound collar piece. So yeah, we've got the cuff. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm looking forward to that one. Even using it with like metal sheet, sort of a bit of fun. We won't be doing that, don't worry. It's just what I happen to have to hand. Last week I showed you how I made, oh, did I show that one? If I did or didn't, but just to show you how each one could be so different and individual. But, you know, this one's been kind of netted in. But these are just such great fun to do. I just really, really love making these. And I don't need much excuse. So last week we did this little wrapped crystal, and I actually uploaded a YouTube video for it as well. So this is a slightly larger one than the one I showed in the that we did last week in the 11Cs. But this is on my YouTube channel, which I'm streaming on now actually. But for those who don't know, my YouTube channel is just Laura Binding. I think, you know, when you do something and you forget what you've called it, but it is just just Laura Binding. So if you fancied having a look at that step by step, is actually on my YouTube channel as an actual video. Just seeing if I can find a link to put down for you. I don't think it lets me chat in the restream, but what I can do, I'll see if I can type a message in. I'm the host, it's let me, but I don't know if that's or not. So yeah, that's a little there's a video for how to do this nice and sort of broken down without the chat and coffee in the on my YouTube channel. So what else have we got? So just very quickly, a couple more catch-ups and then I'll get started with some dragon eyes. We have got the chainmail workshop starting again next week. We had a week off this week because it was a bank holiday, and I'm really looking forward to doing this particular one. This is called your King Vipera Barras. Is that what it's called? Yeah, they are some strange names. And this is it. Two different colorways here. I've made all the jump rings for both of these, literally hand wound and cut. I didn't hand cut them, I used my machines, I'm not that silly. But this is the King Vipera Barras weave, and this is what we're doing in the workshop on Monday from 10 until 12, 10 till 12, and we are going to be doing you get a picture booklet guide to go with this, along with a copy of the recording. So I'm excited for that one. So if you are interested, again, let me just give you a little moment, just let me get this out of my system and then we'll crack on with some dragon eyes. But we I'll just show you my website, because oopsie, it's the wrong page. Just in case there's any questions, Unique You by Laura Binding. I'll just share the page for you. Laura Binding, where am I? Oh, where is it? Went a bit too quick, I think. Share screen. There we go. So just so you can see, this is my website. And you'll see on there's me, hello. And you can see here you've got the shop, Zoom workshops, the Crafty Inca subscription club. If you fancy joining me for that, it's £5 a month, and you do get 1 3-hour workshop at the beginning of the month, and which for the month of June is actually tonight. So I said it's working with metallics, dark black backgrounds, dark alcohol ink paper. And then we do a catch up, sort of like a recap and catch up. And we do that towards the end of the month, and we do it in 2 sessions, 1.5 hours each, and one's in the morning and one's in an evening, just to cover everybody. You know, we all work funny hours, and that's towards the end of the month. They don't have set dates. We kind of work them as we go per month. So that's that one. And then your Zoom online workshops are just here. Oh, have I frozen? Have I frozen? Hi, hi. Oh, I seem to have frozen. Let's see if I can unshare a moment. It froze a bit then. I don't quite know what happened. But basically, go back into that, see if it'll work. There you go. So you'll see there's your workshop. Fireworm, honeybee. We've got, where's the King Vipera? King Vipera, you got it with and without a kit. That's it just there. And also, what else have we got? We've got the general workshops, and you'll see there we've got where are you? Oof. Oh. And then we've got all workshops. There's your Dragon Eye workshop, and there's your Milliput workshop. So they're on there at the moment. So that's that part done. And also, I had a little bit of a mini sort out, and I've actually gotten a load of really nice pearls. I've mixed them all up, and I'm going to be doing some bead pearl scoops. I was playing Fine For You. Oh, thanks. I don't know. It just went a bit weird, Mandy. I'm not quite sure why. So I don't know what happened there, but it's okay. It's all cool. It's all cool, as we say. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some pearl bead scoops. I got some lovely mixes in here. I literally just was very brutal and just thought I need to reduce some of my stash down. I still have a whole drawer, one of these, full of pearls. I am not going without. But yeah, you'll see there we've got all of these, some bead and thread there. We've got mixtures of colours, sizes, shapes. We've got ovals. So these will be going onto the website, but they'll be pearl exclusives. And when are the pearls coming out? I'm going to do them later on this afternoon. I'm going to put them on my website. As soon as they're on my website, I will. As soon as they're on my website, I'll put it onto my Facebook pages as well. But they'll be coming out. I have also got some bead scoops available. That's what's in my jar behind here. It's full up of beads. They need new homes. Go and have a little look. We've got that coming out, and I'm going to be making some little creative kits up for you to be able to create a bead scoop bundle. So I have some wire, I have a bead scoop, and then instructions on how to create your own heart and moon pendant with the materials. So I've got them coming up in the next couple of days. And then finally, I had one there. Where did it go? Oh, I've just done a brand new PDF for how to do your tree of life. Let's see if I can find it on my website. Tree of life. So I've got it in left and right-handed versions. Put some in there so you're not just looking at an empty screen. For PDF, stop sharing. I did that thing where you wouldn't have heard me again. There we go, share. So if you're interested, we've got a PDF here on how to do 3 different types of tree of lives. So we've got what I would say is your traditional tree of life with your chips, and then just your bale there, just like your nice full tree of life. We've got your more organic shaped tree of life. You can see there it's a little bit more structure and shape to it. And then we have, and this is one of my favorites, sort of like your moon of life. And this is done all with, I mean, I do mine with bare copper anyway. And the way the booklet is laid out is you've got 3 different frames. You'll see there 1, 2, 3 different frames, 3 different trees, and then just how to finish them off. So I chose to put mine in that layout, but you might choose to do this tree in this frame, and that's absolutely, you can do whichever you want. So that's on my website in a left and right-handed version. There's a left-handed edition for those left-handed friends of mine, and there's also a right-handed version for those of us who are left-handed. And so yeah, we've got that on the website. It's $6.99, but you know, it's full of tutorials for you, so it's an instant download. If you wanted both the left and right-handed version, I'm also more than happy to let you have both, you know, for the price of one, because you know everyone's different. We had resin yesterday. Abby, if you're still here, this is how my Little Mermaid came out. Who is going to go and see the Little Mermaid? Who's excited for the Little Mermaid? I don't know how I feel about it, because it was one of my favorite films as a child, and it was the first film I went to the cinema to see. And I just don't know how I feel about seeing it in a human form, if that makes sense. I loved the animation of it, but I'm very curious as well, you know. So I do think I'm just, you know, like Sebastian was always this cute little cartoon crab or lobster, and I just feel very like mixed about how he's going to portray all my favorite characters. But I do think I'm going to give it a go. I do think I'm going to give it a go. So I mean, you know, I felt the same way about some of the others, you know, sort of like, I mean, Beauty and the Beast. I was a bit nervous about seeing that in real life, but actually that was very well done and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, a few people I know have said it's fab. I think I will have to go and see it. I definitely think I will, because I'm just, it is one of my favorite films. So we'll see. So yeah. So anyway, this wasn't in homage to that. I just happened to be playing about yesterday with the resin. This was done with UV resin. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little mermaid in there with some bubbles. We put some mica on, and we put some on the back of very slightly bluely tinted that's come out really well, Laura. I haven't looked at mine yesterday. Definitely overfilled the bookmarks, though. Resin everywhere. Oh, hi, Pauline. It's nice to see you. And we tell me about I hit Shein. So you did do it then, Abby. That is you, Emma. I thought it might be you. Yeah. So yeah, it came out really cute, and I'm gonna kind of color out the edges here. But actually, when you hold it up like that, you can see those bubbles look really sweet, don't they? So also I started, because I was getting distracted, I started doing this is a milliput scrap as such. So I started to do a bumblebee. So I'm on layers, and I'm doing painting this and then putting layers of resin over to kind of give him that 3D look. So he's looking a bit weird at the moment, but he will be finished. And this is like an idea of what I mean by how it finishes out. In fact, I think this one I just kind of drew in and just topped that one off, but this one I'm going to kind of get that 3D effect with it as well. Way too easy. Hope you bought resin too. So yes, we had fun yesterday with the resin. I'm still working on it, guys, but look. I mean, those of you who know me know, right? Ready? I mean, come on, this is good for me, right? Bear in mind that this is this is what we were showing earlier. This is the stuff. So look, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with me for this. Anyone who knows my desk knows. I mean, Emma, come on, give me kudos, right? Oh, also, Emma, side note, are you joining us for coffee this afternoon whilst we take my son out for his date? So what I'm going to do is I am going to just do one more little layer on this, and then I'm going to get some cabochons, and we're going to do a couple of dragon eyes. I've just got to remember where I put my cabochons. I got them. I had to switch some things about so I could store some stuff. So I took my cabochons out of where they normally are and put them into a box. So we'll do a dragon eye or two here. There we go, get a couple of them. I've got a couple of different sizes here. Let's see what we can come up with. Can you join me too? Yes, it's pretty tidy. Emma, come on, this is me. I think we should go with like this is really tidy for me. You and Zoe for joining us, are you? That'd be lovely. Yeah, I've got to take my son for his first date. Well, it's not his first date. He's had a date already with his girlfriend. So I've got to take him for a little date down by where she lives. So I've asked Emma to come and join me and keep me company in a coffee shop. And we'll have Kayla with me as well, my daughter. So that'd be quite nice. It's just not a side of Bristol I venture over to very often because it's the opposite side of Bristol for me. But, you know, things we do for our kids, eh? Things we do. Right, I'm just giving my bumblebee a little bit of character so I can add the next layer on before I go into working with the Dragon's Eye. But if anybody did want to join me on a Dragon's Eye workshop, doesn't have any dragon eyes, or you know, hasn't made any or doesn't have the materials to make any, wants me to make some for them, it's something that I am more than happy to do. Whilst I'm just doing a little layer of this, let's have a little shout out. What colour should we put? What colour dragon eyes should I do? I'm just doing layer kind of 2 on this as well, giving them a little bit more of it's a chunky bumble. Just give him a little. Pauline, are you joining us tonight on the Are you joining us tonight on the workshop for the Crafty 11s? Question. I'm just going to do a little bit of this. Now, these pens I got in one of my scroll art boxes, and it's the first time I've used it, but they're really nice. I'm very, very impressed. Just kind of trying to get that. And then I'll come over and do the Dragon's Eye. But yeah, so any colour suggestions, shout me out. Yeah, my skull has arrived. Oh, I found some really cool molds yesterday on Amazon. And they're like 2 parts, so they make it look layered. They're really, really cool. They're arriving today at some point. Really bright, bright yellow. Hi, Kaylee. How are you? Hopefully, I know I can watch just to see if I have black paper. I mean, green. I have a green obsession at the moment. Emerald green, bright red. Oh, okay, cool. Right. Where are you guys chatting to? Are you on? Where are you? I'm trying to find you on Facebook. Let's see whereabouts you are. You're dotting that rather than stroke. Is that best for resin work? This isn't. Well, no, I'm just trying out a new pen, to be honest. So this is just. I'm just painting this as if it was a smooth surface. So it's because you are hiding. Yeah, I'm struggling. Oh, long story. I hope you're okay. Oh, yeah, we're all good, Kaylee. Did you have a nice break? Yeah, we basically, I'm dotting it just because it's coming out quite quick and it's only a small area, so I don't want it to be too flooded. That's all. It's just how I control it. So that's all that was. Diamond sparkle. Let's pop a bit of diamond sparkle onto this. I will find you all. You're all mooching somewhere, aren't you? I think you're in here. Ha, I found you. I found some of you anyway. You've come into the group for some. Oh, there we go. I can see some of you anyway. Gosh. So I'm going to give him some wings. Layer 1 of the wings. I'll just put this on here. This is my rainbow. Oh no, it's not. It's the extender. So that won't do anything for me. Where's my rainbow? Oh no, come on. Yeah, so what I'm doing, there it is. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just, it's just how I can control it. So by having it like this, I can just control it a little bit better. And then what I want to do is put a bit of my rainbow. Let's put a little bit of this just to give the wings. And I need it to kind of dry before I can put the next layer on. So that's why I'm kind of doing one little section, and then I'll come back and then I'll do another one. Oh, Mandy, you're on you, but you're all by yourself, missing out on the chat. That's all right. They've wandered over to they're in the chat of Crafty Lebanese, but they're in the group rather than the page. It's where I found them anyway. But I can see you all. Look, will it make you feel better if I do this? And then everybody can see what everybody is saying. But the problem is I go really small when you do this, so you can't see what I'm doing. Let's have a quick look. See, oopsie. Let me see if I can find that. How it looks to you guys now. Hang on. How does it look? Yeah, so it shrinks me down quite small when I do it like that. No one's talking now. They're all hiding now. But you can see then if you chat, then it'll come up in the side and you'll be able to all see what you're saying. So basically, yeah, I'm going to just pop that to one side. I'm going to let that just dry very quickly. It does dry pretty quick. And then I'll do another little layer. Kind of want to build the wings up a little bit because I don't want them to be too. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have like 3 different things going at the same time. So I'm going to be putting I'll do a couple of the dragon eyes, and then I'll do like stages. That's quite a nice thing to do when we're doing something like this. Oh no, it's all gone horrendous since. Oh no, Kaylee. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I think I need to get a new white. I'm just going to kind of just put some kind of like framework for the wings. Just a little bit. Like there. Just to make it look a little bit like his wings. And then with the black, I'm going to just kind of put just the smushiest. Just to kind of, and then remembering that I am only doing a layer at the moment. So once that's dry, no, I have to let the paint dry before I do stage 2 on this, because if I pour the resin on, it could make the paint run. So I have to kind of just let that dry before I do the next layer. So yeah, with regards to why am I kind of dapping it, it's just because, and if you can see, but that yellow paint comes out quite liquidy. See how it's kind of come out? So I just want to kind of control it, basically. So whilst that's there, let's put a little bit of resin on that. Probably isn't quite dry enough, but hey, I'm impatient. And then we'll get some colours. So we've had emerald green. Emerald green is a colour. Okay, and I'm going to do something I always shouldn't do, but use this as a lid, and then I'm just going to kind of, I'm using my silicone applicator just to move this resin around a little bit. And just get that to kind of just go to see what I mean about how it's moved the yellow. So because I didn't wait for it to fully dry, it's kind of moved that yellow a little bit, but I can fix that in the next bit. Not too worried, because I'm doing a couple of layers anyway, so this will be fine. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a nice little dragon's eye now. I'm just going to get this going and curing. Just want to get it over as much as I can. You don't want it to be too uneven. It just means that you've got to work a little bit harder on the next layer to fill in those little gaps. So when I'm turning it to the light, you can see those little sort of gaps, those little holes. So I'm just kind of trying to make sure. Don't need to be too thick, because I'm only doing a little layer, and then I can come back in and I can fix this a little bit. Even now I can kind of use that to my advantage, actually, get that to give that natural look. And then we'll just pop that under the UV thingy, and then that can set. Let's grab some polishes. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so some colours. I have so many nail polishes. Oopsie, that was my rubbish bag. I have so many nail polishes, but what I'm going to do is just go with what I've got in this particular one, because I could be here forever otherwise. So let's see what colours we've got here. I should have a mixture. So let's see. So first things first. Oh, Pauline, I just saw your message. They look amazing. Pauline, can I share them? After a tussle, I've got the 2 crystals out. That's what I heard. I heard that about those crystals. It's just difficult to get them out of the mold. Teen Abbey's was great in terms of the ink. These are much smaller though. Can I share your picture, Pauline? Would that be all right? Because I just think that they're so cool. But you can say no. You can say no, Laura, don't do it. Where did it go? I wanna know. Tell me no one else is thinking that when you hear it. If I can get that up. Would you mind? Can I? The top bookmarks at the top need the edges cleaning up. Oh, amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to screen share this just so you can get an idea. I can't get it to go in. I'll see if I can open an image in a new tab. Getting fancy now. Oh, look at this. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna screen share and just show you. Pauline came to the resin workshop yesterday, and I just to show you what she made. So see if I can come in. Look at these with glitter and spirals. I don't know how to control that zoomy part, I'm afraid. But we made like the teardrop bookmarks. They look amazing. Oh, I love your little crystals. Oh, Pauline, these look great. I think I can name them. Look at those. They look awesome. I love that. Let's look at these. These look amazing. These just look fab. I love that, Pauline. These look great. Thank you so much for sharing. They look amazing, don't they? There are a couple of pieces are still sticky, so I've put them in the sun. Yeah, best thing to do, chuck them in the sun. They'll be fine. Okay, they look amazing though. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to just have a little play about now doing some dragon eyes. So I'm going to I always take a black paint pen and I'm going to go in the center part. Now this bit doesn't have to be perfect. And toothpicks are quite handy, but I can't bother to go and get a toothpick. I have, however, got somewhere a little, I've got pins. I can use a pin. So I want to go all the way around. But one thing when you're doing these dragon eyes, you have to remember is that you're doing them in reverse. So always turn it over, because you might think, oh yeah, that's looking great. But actually, if you've scratched a part off at the front, you don't see it. So you really need to make sure that that is opaque as possible. What have I done with the pins? I see. I'm pleased with them. Some of them look much better on a different background now. Oh, definitely. You should be pleased with them. They are amazing. Oh, side note, little random druzy heart in here. Little pot of pins and a little druzy in there. So yeah, no, they look amazing, Pauline. I'm dead chuffed. I think they look beautiful. Right, I'm just going to come in whilst this is still a bit wet. If it's not, like, I tend to just work on a piece of paper, and I'll have that paper as like my I have that paper as my palette almost. Now, once you've got this on here, so I'm just trying to get some, I could just use my pen to be fair, and just bring my pen out slightly like this, if you can see that. What I want to do is just make it not be a perfect pupil. It's meant to be mythological. So I'm just going to kind of do this here. Go all the way down. So you get the idea then how it's going to look there. Oh, they are great, aren't they? Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I'm just kind of going around the outside of the eye now. So I'm just going to give that additional detail as well. I'm just hitting this to set as well while we're here. I sometimes give a few little dots about it as well. I'm going to go with emerald green, and someone said fire. Any other suggestions? Now I'm just going to kind of remember this is that front layer, so this is going to be what everybody sees is this. So careful. So always go and check it. See how I smudged that? So I should be able to fix that though. We're just giving it a little tidy up. There you go. So just check it. Be happy with it. That's cool. Now I could red. Someone said red, but that'd be fire, wouldn't it? Okay. Now I have also got my white, so I could of course add my white to it. So I can kind of add my white, my pen. I have got more white pens. I don't know why. I'm not. Is anyone else stubborn? Like, no, it's got paint in it. It will work. I don't think it has. I think we might have to call it a day with that one. Good job I've got a load of them, isn't it? Where are you? So I've got a Posca pen. Posca pens work fine. I just don't know where my Posca pen is. Where are you all pens? Oh, I'm just going to go about the white today. I can't be dealing with trying to find that. It's in here somewhere. I'm obviously way too organised. I can't find it. Oh no, I see one. I see another white. I can see you hiding up there. I got one. I got one. That's better. Yeah, I'm going to call it a day with... Oh, was that my Posca pen? That was my Posca pen. Oh, I think Posca pen's going to have to call it a day. He's done. So you can add obviously some additional details if you want with some white, and you can add a little bit of white in around the eye if you fancy. I won't worry too much because we do quite a lot to this. So it ends up in, you lose a little bit of the detail in the first bit anyway. There we go. So let's see what we've got. I said red. I'm going to go with red just because I happen to have red here. But I can't just have red. So I kind of need like more than just red. First of all, I'm going to put some copper, I think. Okay. Again, same as with this, I need the paint to be dry before I add the next layer. Okay, I'll just remember one more time. So let's have a quick look. So I'm going to just kind of do a little layer of this. There's a couple of reasons I put a layer of ink clearish color on, is because it acts like a base. If I do put alcohol inks on, it acts like a base for the alcohol inks. Plus, I mean, look at that sparkle. So I have that, and then let's have a look at what reds I've got. Oh, it's crimson. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's see what this comes out like. So you want to kind of do it so the biggest thing that kills me about these are keeping, like, not looking. So that's going to be stage 1 while that dries. So what I tend to do then is, okay, whilst that's drying, I'm going to come in and I'll do another one. So this one could be more of a kind of a slit kind of dragon eye. Again, I just kind of use my pen just to kind of push out those edges, make it a little less perfect, and then remembering to do this. We'll do the green one with this. You could do like a little season. You could have earth, wind, fire, water. These ones are a bit smaller. Oops, that one a bit too much. Cotton bud, if you go too far, always great to rub out mistakes. And rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is going to be great as well. All the way around. Okay, so we've got that there. And again, I could go ahead and make the same on this one. Let's do a few little. Oh, we can kind of do. Like I said, you have to remember that it could look amazing from this side, but you turn it over. If the colour you've used has blocked all of the colours you're adding to it, then it's just kind of wasted. Green. What we got green wise? Emerald green, we said. Let's go with Mojito. Let's see what we'll do with Mojito. Oh, I haven't put. Now, you don't always have to put a clear down or a polish down, but I just find when I'm doing, I just find that when I am working with alcohol inks, it does work to have. Ooh. Hey. I don't know who's saying hey, Laura, but hey, I can't see everybody who's chatting. How about orange? Yeah, okay. I'm thinking I can do an orange. Okay. We'll just put this here. Again, I didn't wait 100% for the white to be done, but that's okay because it's just kind of merging. That was just me being a bit impatient, but it'll add detail in on this side anyway. It's Nat. Hi, Nat. How are you? The website, by the way, Nat, is up. Has got the Dragon Eye workshop on there now for Friday the 30th, because I know you were interested. What pens were you using? I was using, these are just paint pens from Amazon. And you know what? They're pretty good. So compared to like a fine nib Posca, this is a Posca finer pen, you know, the 0.7, which has just died its death on me. This one is a little smidge thicker, but not loads. And a pack of 4 of these. You get 2 whites. Sorry, pack of 6. You get 2 whites, 2 black, a gold, and a silver. And they are a whole £10, I think, for the 6. So yeah, that's what I'm just using just to add this detail. Okay, so we've got that one there. So I let that one dry. Then I can come back to this one, which should be nice and done now. And I think we'll come in with, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, this could look pretty. I love using these kind of paints, nail polishes. I'm using nail polishes, by the way, because these add a real great sort of they give that effect, that labradorite effect. You can, my ink hadn't quite dried there. I thought it had. I didn't test it either, so it's a bit on me. But you can, of course, dry it with a pen. I'm just wiping this because it's gone onto the brush. If that happens, you can use rubbing alcohol just to give the brush a clean, and that'll get the ink off of it. Rubbing alcohol, because you don't want to put it back in and contaminate the rest of your polishes. So if you do accidentally get like an ink onto your pen, you can just come in and just take little bit of rubbing alcohol, and that will take that off. Okay, so that can go back into there now. So I'm going to come back over to the bumblebee. We're doing like multitasking today, Nat. So I'm going to come back over to my bumblebee. He's dry enough for me to do my next layer on. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more of my yellow just into here. Oh, I'm still not breathing. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. You want to do that? He hasn't got his little boppers yet. So and kind of give him his little boppers. And he's got his little sort of mount pincers. And the good thing about doing something in layers is that if you don't like it, you can easily kind of fix it. So I just wanted that to kind of look like his kind of little, I don't know if I like that extra detail there. I don't think I do. So I can kind of just tidy that up, she says. Gonna have to invest in them. Definitely, they're great. You know, and for what you need them to do, they're perfect. They are just handy. Oopsie, right, this happens. But again, because I've only done this in layers, we should be all right to kind of tidy this up. And then I can just come back and let that dry a moment. And then I just need to give it a little bit. I need to get in there just nice and close. I'll take a little bit of this, literally blue kitchen roll stuff. And then just tidy that up. Just the tiniest of bits. There we go. And then I can, so if it goes wrong, which it can, it's easy enough to kind of tidy up. And then I'll let that dry a moment. And I'll just add that a little bit more detail. That's how he's looking at the moment now. I don't like this part of his foot. He looks a bit like I think I might just do that. And then he needs a bit of orange in his wings. Just a smidge, just a little inference. There we go. So I'll let him dry properly, and then I'll add on the little bit more of the resin. Probably be the final coat, I think, now. And maybe just give his eye a little bit more detail. And then remembering that I've got this kind of that little detail bit there. Yeah, I think he might be pretty. Oh, the sublimation. I've got all of that. I haven't worked out how to work with it. That's him at the moment. And I think I'll let that dry. And then I'll give him just one more little layer of resin. And I think he's pretty much done. I might just feel like his eye might need just a little smidge more. Just like the smallest part. Remembering that I can go back over it. Oopsie. I can go back over it with some black. Yeah, I do have the sublimation printer. But I just haven't got. Oh, I quite like that look though. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but oh, I quite like that. I'm going to redo his eye again in a moment. Quite like how that came out. I might do that on his little tail. Yeah, I've got the sublimation, but I haven't had a chance to work out how to get it all to work yet. I managed to get like a little job lot off of somebody on Facebook. So always worth having a little look on there. Right. I'm just going to have one more little play with this. I still slightly, I just want to tap that just to give it that slightly more natural look. I think I'm going to just do his eye again in a moment when he's dry, and then he will be close to being done. I don't know what printer I've got. It's just one that I got off of, it's Epsom, I think. It's upstairs. I just haven't had a chance to look at it properly. There you go. So that's how it's looking at the moment. I kind of need that to dry properly before I can do the next stage. And I kind of need this to dry. And if you look, I can still see it's still a little bit wet. So I'm going to try and cheat a bit and dry it. I'm going to do these quickly and then I'll call it a day. So as I said, I've got someone to take out on a date. But what I'm going to do with this, because if I, there we go. So what you can then do is take a pin, and this is where you start to have a bit of fun with it. You can start to sort of work into the eye, and this is where you get super messy, because as you can see, it's going to come off a little bit, and that's fine. We don't mind that. And this is what I was saying about how it can change, because you're building layers, and this polish is still quite wet. So it's got kind of like 2 layers of polish on here. Don't worry too much about the edging. We can clean that up after. There we have. And now see how that's changed it again already. So I haven't even put like a deep red background on yet. I found you, bro. Amazing, Pauline. I shall see you later. Yeah, I'm not sure what printer I've got. It's annoying. I don't know what one it is, but it's quite a big one. Yeah, it's got like the bottles of ink to do the sublimation. So it's one that I will look at doing. I've got like the heat press. I got the Cricut one. And I've also got like a cup heat press, not the Cricut one, but like it's very cool. I just need to get it all set up and understand it. I'm just not very good with stuff like that. And my room where it's all in is a little bit of a mess. So I need to be able to get into it properly because it's in a different room. It's in my upstairs room because that's how I roll now. That's what's happened to me. Right. So that's it with the red on. And do you see what I mean about how you don't always see that background because that's got that dark red on the background, but you can't see that because it's blocked with the other colours. So again, what I might do, I love to do this, is let's pop a bit of metallic in. So I'm going to come in with a little bit of my brass. Let's see if we can get any of that to come through. May or may not, oopsie, may or may not work. And I often then like to give it a little, I'll do a little cheaty, it's not cheaty, I don't feel. It's a little bit of, this just looks super pretty on the back though, if nothing else. Now again, I don't know what that's going to look like or whether that's even going to come through to the front. It's just a playing game, so it's just one of those where we just kind of have a little play. I'm kind of trying to drag it in. Liquid on it, by the way, is the rubbing alcohol, not the actual ink. Let's see whether that's worked. You have to be quite sort of firm when you're dragging this through, and you've got to be careful not to ruin the actual pupil that you've drawn, because you cannot go back and redraw that if you remember, because it's like 4 layers down now. So let's give this a quick dry. Let's see if that's done anything. Obviously, just a little note, if you are using anything to heat your cabochon to dry it, remember that will it can get hot as glass. So just a little disclaimer, just be aware. Don't want anyone to burn themselves. Oh, hang on, the big reveal, because some of it runs down to the front, and that's fine. This happens. Oh, I think, apart from tidying up the sort of some of these scratch lines, I think it's come out pretty cool. Well, that sounds cool. That sounds very cool. Like I said, I just saw someone was doing a job lot on Facebook. I actually ended up going right down to like by Brighton to collect it, but she had 2 printers, a load of stuff she was getting rid of, a Cricut Joy, loads. So I just kind of got the whole job lot. Okay. So I actually really quite love how that's coming out now. So if you see that there, so you see what I mean about those initial layers, how they were, there's the white, there's your black, there's the dots, there's the pupil, and then you start to kind of just scratch that additional detail into it, and that's letting all those layers come through. And to be honest with you, apart from tidying that up, I'm actually really quite like that as it is. But when you hit the light, can you see that little layer of, I know this Barry M stuff? Can you just see that little kind of, there it is, see that little extra layer of Schiller? Can you just see? I just feel it adds extra depth when you're doing something like this. So I'm going to just, I'll tidy that up in a moment. I'll give it a chance to dry properly. You'll come down and help me. Yeah, I'm an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I've got my craft studio where I am now, and then I've got my upstairs, which is like my Cricut room. It's just, you know what it's like. We've got kids sort of always sorting out their stuff, and then it just goes into that room quickly while we wait to give it, you know, it's just one of those people. So yeah, that's the red one. I'm really happy with that one, actually. I think that's come out really cute. I'm not going to do anything more to it, but can you see how we didn't actually do a load, but just, can you see that depth? I just feel you just get a lot more sort of, when you use alcohol inks, depth in those eyes. Can you draw on normal resin then after you finish your picture UV resin it? Yeah, you can draw on it, and then you can just top it up with a thin layer of UV, as long as it's just like a thin small area, you know. It's obviously, if it's a great big thing, you don't want to have to, you won't be able to put UV resin over like a skull or something like that. But if it's like a small area, yeah, you can sort of do that. Just need to kind of, just want that kind of eye detail. I'm going to just kind of put that there. I just need a little smidge more. Just need to do that eye. The trickiest part with the eye really is just getting that tiny bit of detail. I'm going to try doing this. So I'm going to just put a little bit of the white to the side. I'm just going to try and kind of give that. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a pupil, just to have it, just to be that sort of area. And then I can kind of come in with that black and kind of just, yeah. So has anyone got anything exciting planned for the weekend? It was my hubby's birthday yesterday. Not yesterday, Tuesday. And it's my daughter's birthday on Monday. So on Saturday we're going to be going out for Sunday we're taking her out for a nice meal, and then it's her birthday on Monday, but it's a bit bad day for her really because she's got school, then she's got St John, and then she's going to her nan and granddad's for a sleepover because I got to work at Jewelry Maker on Wednesday morning. Although she's very happy about the sleepover part of it, loves spending time with nan and granddad, so that is not a problem for her. But yeah, so that's what we've got planned for the weekend. How about you guys? Anything nice? I'm nearly done with this now, and then we'll start to call it a day. Oh, this looks cool. You may see me tonight. Your brain is now buzzing. It's okay. I'm just going to put this onto here. Like I said, on the 30th, we will be doing a workshop for you to be able to put these lovely little eyes into a lovely design. So if you fancy joining me, just have a little look, check it out. And if you've got your own eyes or you want to make your own eyes, then that's great. If you want me to make some eyes for you, that sounds extremely weird, but you know what I mean, then just drop me a message and we can sort something out. So I'm just going to kind of put this like this. Morning. Okay, again, I can't see who's talking, so I'm kind of having to just say hi. Ooh, that's going to come out interesting. It's not focusing. Problem when you're using glasses, you can't focus it very well because obviously it's reflective. Let's see what we've got that I can add on to this for a Schiller effect. Chilling and making. Have a good weekend, everyone. Oh, thank you. Oh, Mandy. It's Nancy, better late than never. Hi, Nancy. How are you? How did you broke your arm? How are you? Everybody's in the wars this week, aren't they? Oh, Mandy, I'm so sorry. You were so looking forward to your birthday as well, weren't you? And you had all these lovely plans. But hopefully, like you say, you're starting to feel a bit better now. Oh, heading out Sunday, that would be lovely. That sounds like a lovely. You should be going out having a nice time with hubs. That sounds like fun. All right, I'm literally just gonna wrap these up into a good place, and then I'll let you crack on with the rest of your day. I just need to do something about his eye. It's gonna bother me if I don't get that eye detail right. And then we'll pop one more layer of resin on him, and I think he will be good to kind of go. I love adding like little bits of highlights. And then his eyes looking a little bit sort of dodgy at the moment, but it will work, I promise. And then we'll do one more layer of the dark on top. And I think he'll be nearly done. So that's him. I'm going to put him to one side. I just want this to kind of move around now. So I'm just using anything to kind of give a little bit of light. And then I just need a nice green to kind of back it. I think I've hit the brief with the emerald green, but it should look very, very cool. Because when you're doing dragon eyes, you can't just have like one base color. It needs to have like a couple. But let's see how that kind of came out. He's looking quite cool. I don't know though. He is looking quite cool. I might just let that dry a little bit, and then I might just let that dry, and then add a few more layers. But you can see how you'll lose absolute hours and hours and hours doing something like this. It's why I don't always do them very often, because I've got so much more stuff I need to do, and then I sit down and start doing this, and I'll lose days. I love this one. Good call on the red. I think he's come out really cute. You get to see all of that. And then I think this one's going to come out pretty good as well. Degree eye looks really cool. It does, doesn't it? I'm just gonna put this on, just try and see if I can find a actual kind of green. Like I have got a whole another thing full of colours, but I'm not going to get that one out for obvious reasons. I'm never do anything otherwise. And as I said, I've got to go and get ready to take a certain someone out in a moment for his date with his girlfriend. Yeah, I don't have a green. The only green I have is this one, but this is quite a cool green. Just trying to just let this dry very quickly. You shouldn't really, isn't really the best way to dry it because it is actually nail polish. You're not going to be able to dry nail polish very well with. Do you know what though? I kind of love it like that. That's kind of come out really cool, hasn't it? I'll shade it for you. I think I might just give it a little bit of a scratchy detail and see what we're doing here. At least I can see my sort of middle section on this one. That one there. And then I think I might even have I got like a nice green, evergreen. This one's a nice one. Bit of this just in. So put that, and I reckon just the smidgiest of silver, and then this should, oops, perfect. I feel like a crazy scientist when I do stuff like this. I just love, can you just see that reaction? So what we can now do is dry it from a distance. Okay, nearly done. So again, it needs to dry properly. It shouldn't really be, I'm cheating, but it will dry properly. I just want to see a bit of what we got. This is a bit icky at the moment. Let's see. That final look. Oh, let's just do this. It'll be easier. Just give it a clean. I'm such a mess as well. Look at the state of me. Okay, and I think this is going to be good to go. And what I'll do is I'll show you the picture of the bumblebee when he is finished as well. If you want to see him finished, seems as you've seen part of his journey. Oh, I think this is good to go. I think she is pretty finished. He's a bit of a tidy up, but generally there we are. What do we think? The thing is, you don't think that what I've just done has done anything, but it just adds that additional detail. There you go. But yeah, don't turn them upside down like that because that will happen. So I have to give that a recoat on the back. But there you go. What do you think? I'm happy with those. I'm going to paint that one back over just because that was my mistake. But once that's dry, it takes 2 seconds just with a little bit of red. And what I often do is just coat it with either a black or a colour polish that will suit the piece anyway. And then I'll coat the back with Mod Podge, and that just locks everything in. It means it won't chip or anything like that, but just be aware that if you do that, there we go, she's back. Just be aware that if you do that, you will morning, Stephanie. Hi, how are you? Steffi. Well, it's afternoon for us. It's just a pain in the bum, inconvenient but not painful. Thanks for asking. Oh, Nancy, I can't believe you did that. But hopefully it'll be all right. Tell me when the pearls are out, please. They're not plastic. Really? Did you really just ask me if they're plastic pearls? Come on. I'm not that person. Do these look plastic to you? Do they look plastic to you? Really? Come on. I'm not that person. I made sure I'm not going to lie, no, there aren't even any shell pearls in there because I wanted it to be 100% genuine, 100% genuine pearls, freshwater cultured pearls. I didn't even put shell pearls in there because to me they shouldn't go in with a pearl mix. So the shell pearls are in the normal shell bead mix. These are just genuine freshwater pearls. But yeah, I did. Come on, I would never do that. Right? Come on, I'm not that person. You make dragon eyes as well, but never thought to use inks. I just love them. It just adds extra dimension. So we're going in a minute. So yeah, so both are great, but you love the green. We'd love to see it wide with silver color wide to bring out the silver you added. Yeah, 100%. Am I missing someone talking? Yeah, Steffi, yeah. So basically, I'm going live on a couple of channels. I'm live on YouTube, but I'm also live on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, so I'm on Unit U by Laura Binding and Crafty Legacies with Laura Binding. So yeah, there's a couple of people chatting in a couple of different locations there. So yeah, what they're talking about is these pearls. I was just saying I'm doing these as a bead scoop. So your dragon eyes are always great, Laura. Oh, thank you, Pauline. 100% shell pearls have no place. Absolutely. And that's why they are not in my pearl scoop, because they don't have a place in there. You are right. I deliberately did not put them in there. And to prove it, you can see how recent this is. I have just been adding to it. That's got to just be cut up. And there's the proof. There are your shell pearls. You can see I added shell pearls into here. You can see them all towards the top because they're recently added. Not the dragon, but yeah, I 100% would not be putting. You can see them. There they are, all in there. See, shell pearls. But I wouldn't put them in. To a pearl scoop, 100%. So yes. Before you were losing it. No, Steffi, you're absolutely fine. I'm just broadcasting to a couple of directions. So I'm on YouTube. I'm also on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, come check me out. Yeah, so there you go. I'm going to call it a day because I've gone way over my hour. But thank you everyone for joining me. It's really lovely to see you old and new. If you're watching on a replay, again, just give me a hashtag replay. And if you do anything, let me know. If you make any dragon eyes or you do anything like that and you want to share, I'd love to see it. And I will put a picture of the bumblebee because I will get him finished. He will be finished. He's just bugging me because I just need to get him kind of right out. That's better. There he is. Looks a bit like he's up to mischief, but I'm happier with that. I'm just going to do a couple of little extra layers just along here. Yeah, so Steffi, if you're a bit late to sort of jumping in, but I've kind of been doing a couple of different things all at the same time. So we've kind of been doing a little 3D kind of bumblebee on a piece of milliput, layers of resin. So I've kind of been working along with him whilst I've been doing the dragon eyes as well. What is your channel on Facebook? It is Unique You by Laura Binding. I'll put it into the chat so that you can find me on there. Let me see. Facebook. I'm just finding it for you, Steffi. Bear with me a moment. I go live once a week and I like to do a mixture of different things. Yeah, definitely share, Steffi. Always love to see. The only thing I ask is there's no selling. It's no, we don't do selling on there. But share your makes 100%. It's always lovely to see what everybody else is doing. I've got this one. I'll just see if, let me know if the link comes up for you, Steffi. Let me know if that comes up. Yeah, it says on YouTube that's come up. So I'm on there. I'm also have two little groups which might be easier for you to share into. I'm just, if you see me looking a bit awkward, copy. There you go. That's the Crafty 11Z's group. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, always happy for people to share their makes. The only thing we don't do is sort of do any selling. That's all. And then I've also got, oh, I can find it, Crafty 11Z's. And there's also a Let's Learn with Laura Binding. Yeah, share it into those. No, that I get that. That's perfect, Steffi. Yeah, but it's always lovely to see what other people come up with. The crafty group, the Crafty 11s is a page for, like, that's what we're there for, to show everything crafty, whether it be art, because I do a mixture of things. I do things like alcohol inks, I do things like resin. We've been doing milliputs, what we were talking about, doing little toadstools, doing jewelry making. It's just, I am that person that wants to do everything. So it's, yeah, it's all about sharing and yeah, and building a community as well, isn't it? So that's what it's all about. So yeah, yeah, come and join us, Steffi. It'd be lovely to see if you can find me. Amazing. Right, well, I'm going to leave it at that, and I am going to have to head off because I have got a child who is very, very excited for his first, well, not his first date, he's had his first date, but for his date with his girlfriend, and he'll shoot me if I don't get ready to go soon. I will put pictures of the finished makes up. I've just lost my little, where's my little squidger thingy? So I'm just going to put, where's that gone? So yeah, I just need to put this up so I can put, so I'm just going to do my last layer, but I think I'm quite happy with how this one's turning out now. And then I can just give this that final coat of resin, and then see how he looks. So yeah, I'll put pictures up. Multi-craft like myself. Sent a request. Amazing. I'll have a little look in a moment, Steffi. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Nice to get to know you. Okay, I am. There it is. So I'm just doing this very quickly. I'm going to put this here. I'll put this around like this. I think I'm quite happy with how he's come out now. So I think this will be his final layer of resin, and he'll be ready for me to kind of, I don't know what to do with this. Give me some suggestions, whether it should be a pendant, whether it should be a brooch, whether it should be, whether I should net it, cage it, or just put a little simple bail on it. What do we think? Because I'm actually quite happy with how he's come out now. I think I'm just going to, and like I said, this is on milliput. So this is an old piece of milliput that I had that I'd been playing about with. It's great because it sets rock hard. It's been coloured very lightly. I'm going to just do that detail. I do these as well on like agate slices, but at the moment it's quite nice to just do it onto a piece of something like this and create your own background and stuff. Then I think he's good to go, and I'm going to just pop that on him, and I think he's going to be ready, and I'll send a picture when he's done, as long as you keep the picture clear. What do you mean, Pauline? I missed that part. As long as you keep the picture clear. I'm a wire weaver, clay, resin, everything else as well. Steph, I think you're going to fit in perfectly because that is everything we do. Wire weaving, we do dragon eyes. I imagine you do the same sort of thing as me. It sounds like we're very similar in our kind of interest, but like, you know, wire weaving, creating pieces 100%. So yes, it'd be great to come and see you. I thought you'd already said it was a brooch, so I'm voting for that. Okay, well then maybe it needs to be a brooch. You could put a little pin on the back and it's job done. Right. Okay, everybody, I'm going to have to make a move now because I've gone way over my hour, but it's been so lovely to catch up with you all. And thank you all for keeping me company. I will... Don't hide the bee with the wire. That's all. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I was going to do anything with him, it would have to I think just a simple bail there. But oh yeah, that was my concern, Pauline. Okay, guys, I'm going to crack on. I will see you all next week, bright and breezy. Thank you again, as always, for joining me. I may see some of you in the in-between on some workshops and on my lives and stuff. But for now, I'm going to say thank you, and I will see you all very